In layman's terms, what a budget is it's your resources or your revenues minus your expenses, and then you may have something left over that carries over for the next year.
During the months of November and December, we have what's called fishbowl meetings. The commissioners come in, they defend their budget requests, we get to ask questions, and then we meet internally with the governor and his staff to determine what of the department's needs can be funded with the resources that we have.
Once the budget is introduced, the treasurer kicks off essentially the legislative review process.
But essentially, we need to get to a point where, toward the end of June, there's some agreement between the legislature and the governor in terms of, what the actual budget's going to be.
President Biden told a story before that his father, I think, used to say about, don't tell me what you value, show me your budget and I'll tell you what you value.
So Governor Murphy's desire to fully fund school districts is leading the way for us as we look at the landscape in New Jersey. New Jersey is one of the most desirable places to live in our country. Our public schools attract families to New Jersey, and we understand that the implication of the budget into our schools has a broader effect across our state. And we want to make sure that we continue to offer a high-quality education to every student across our state.
We, strive every day to make sure that taxpayer dollars are being put to good use in the most efficient and effective way possible. We want to make sure it's being spent in a meaningful way and getting into the hands of the people that need it the most. People in New Jersey, right now have real needs, and it's a huge responsibility to direct a budget, that affects so many lives, especially now during a crisis when people are really struggling.
We wanted to make sure that we were an important part of refueling the economy after going through 9 or 10 months of really slow economic progress. As we all know, the pandemic sent a lot of people home, traffic was reduced, people were really still, as we like to say. And what we were able to do is advance work. So instead of pulling back, we pushed out. And whether it's a small project to help crossing streets in Lambertville or in Metuchen or in other parts of the state, that's as important to us as repaving a superhighway.
One of our biggest priority has been setting up Get Covered New Jersey, which is our state-based exchange. We were able to see a 9.4% increase in enrollment when compared to last year. That's over 269,000 individuals in New Jersey that signed up for coverage. We have a great team and many hours we put into it, and everyone had the same intention. How do we make life a little easier and better for New Jerseyans? And the fact that it's New Jerseyans working to help New Jerseyans, you can't be more proud of that.
So I think there's something to be said about public service. I think, frankly, it's a duty with the recent climate of our country. Helping others it goes a long way.
I think it's one of the most honorable professions is public service. Some of our long-term employees have told us that despite all the challenges, this was the most rewarding experience of their life. And I think that says a lot about public service.